wanted to do a little bit of an update on the van because I've made some huge progress and haven't really documented everything. Give you a little tour of the in-progress van and we'll look at the inside and just see what's going on so far. So I've been tearing stuff out. For example, there used to be a huge cage around the generator and a bunch of particle board and stuff. So I've torn a lot of that out. Working my way down to the subfloor. I pulled out the crappy carpet wall that was on both sides. And then today I'm working on tearing out the rotten floor. So the floor had these really disgusting rubber mats that were soiled and they smelled bad. And so I've been tearing up the floor to get that out. Under the floor there's a subfloor which is maybe used to be 3/4 plywood, but as soon as I started pulling it out, it just basically turned into dust. It's just like it got so wet and so rotten over time that there's nothing left of it, so I'm just kind of scooping it up and sweeping it out. And under that you can see the actual van floor, so that's really good. It's a nice shape, and probably on top of that I put some insulation, some sound deadening stuff after I've stripped the van down to the interior. So inside there are a lot of big changes too. So the generator used to be completely surrounded by a metal framework, and I pulled that out and it's actually sitting on the ground right out here. There it is, square tube steel frame. It took some elbow grease to get it out. I finally literally pried it right out of the floor. And then also on the inside is I've been taking the panels out of the ceiling. So on either side you can see the fiberglass top all the way around, and I had to take the cloth panels out because they were also really gross and all the wiring was behind them, and I've been stripping out unnecessary wiring. On the roof there's still this long fitted plywood piece. It goes all the way around. You can see some notes from the conversion people. Maybe this was saying where the fiberglass top was going. There's all these notes about the stuff that they were putting in, and you can see how the conversion top is joined to the body. It's sitting on a strip of wood, and then it's all screwed together. So looking the other direction, the AC is still up there. I'm not going to take this wooden ceiling off yet because the air conditioner is kind of bolted into the ceiling. When I get ready to spray the inside with insulation, I'll take off this wooden ceiling. The front compartment used to have carpet and stuff. Now there's the top, the original top of the van. And back in the corner was the third mouse nest that I found so far. Over along the side too, when I was cleaning this thing out, along these little gaps there were a couple of bodies of dead baby mice. So anyway, a lot of dirt, a lot of filth, but stripping it all down is really going to make it easier to put it back together in a much better way, the way that I want. There's the louvered panel. You can actually see straight through the outside. That used to be the exhaust for the generator. You can see there's actually holes in the floor where the generator exhaust goes completely through. Right there, right there. And then over here, this really rusted section. The floor is really bad over here and it was very rusty. I took out a steel frame and the water tank. There was a 10-gallon water tank sitting right here. So I took that out, pried that out of the floor too, and there's a left over is the drain tube, and the drain tube just goes straight through the floor and to the outside of the van, so you can drain excess water out of the tank, and I'll probably take that out too. And then one last thing is there's a big piece of diamond plate, tread plate, in the back of the van, and I'm not sure what I want to do with that yet. It's really filthy, but I'd like to take it out and clean underneath it, but it has it's riveted, so I would probably have to drill out all of these rivets to get the diamond plate off the floor, but I guess eventually I'm going to have to do it. So right now this generator is still in the middle of the van, and I think I'm leaning on replacing it, taking it out, selling it, and replacing it with 2 smaller portable generators so I can have all this extra space. Now the AC unit does require about 2,000 running watts and almost 3,000 starting watts, and I'll have to probably get a big enough generator, but I don't need this colossal thing right in the middle of the van, so we're going to take that out and hopefully replace it. So here's some of the junk I pulled out. You got your this is the rubber mat that was in there. There's the step board for the side of the van. I'll put that back in. There's more of the rubber mat flooring, and then here's a big chunk of subflooring right here. You can see how rotten it was. It absorbed a lot of water over the years and just gradually started falling apart. So that's all going to get replaced. And over here I've got all the really gross original cloth, the cloth walls, and then the gross ceiling. All of it was just filthy. And then here's the steel frame left over from the cage around the generator. So a few more pieces. That was the wall on the interior in the computer area, and so it's looking good. It's gonna start looking really empty inside, but I really need to strip it all out before I can start building it back up. Here's a special cameo by my other van, my old van, which I'm gonna sell, and which is the reason I got the new van. It's because unfortunately this guy, which was pretty cool, has an engine problem and it's just not going to keep going. So for right now I've got two vans in my driveway, but we'll fix that and sell this van soon, and that'll be that.